So why do nice guys really finish last with women and in dating? Well, the real reason, another good one, is just that you just don't understand women. And men and women communicate totally different. We say the same things and we get to the same places, but we just do it in different ways. It's almost like Mac and PC. You can copy and paste on a PC, pressing two buttons. On Mac, it's like you're using your fingers, whatever. So men are very much logic and reason. Women operate based off emotions from like a biological standpoint. So when we communicate, if we're not saying things in certain ways, we're going to get different levels of responses. So when it comes to the nice guy, a lot of times he thinks that he's doing things. Like if I do certain things, it's supposed to automatic 2 + 2 = 4. Flowers equals she likes me. If I call every day equals she likes me. And if you're not in a space where you understand that you have to tap into women's emotions, you have to understand, okay, cool, am I doing the work on myself? That's another thing. Is there some level of attraction? And there's all these components about women that you just lack information about. And what happens is, as a nice guy, right, when we say nice guy, we're looking at, you have things going on for yourself, right? Your mom probably told you just you're handsome, you got some money, you're doing your thing, or you're very agreeable and you're doing things. And so you may talk to even other women. You're like, hey, I'm a nice guy, and I'm getting this response from women that is not right. And there's some level of, there's girls out there that just like, they're just not feeling you, but the responsibility is on yourself to be able. So why can't you identify the women that are not feeling you? And why aren't you approaching more women? And why don't you have the steps in order to know, like, okay, this is what's a positive response, what's the negative response? And most of this has to do with the work that you're doing on yourself. And so what frustrates the nice guy is that society tells you, hey, you're doing everything correctly. And it's the women's fault that why you're not getting the results, whether you want dating, whether you want sex, whether you want whatever. And I'm here to tell you it's not because you're nice. It's because you have a lack of information, right? And that lack of information about how you understand women is a really reason why you're unsuccessful with women. It's just like finances or money, right? You can be nice as hell, right? You can be nice as hell, but being nice is not going to make you a financial genius, right? Being nice is not going to give you the ability to pay your bills and rent. Just be like, okay, you know what, Mr. Landlord or Mr. Mortgage person, hey, I'm nice. I'm just so nice. I'm a good person, and this, that, and the other. But unless you get a certain set of skills to accumulate finances and money, however it is that you do it, your niceness is not going to be able to financially take care of you. And it's the same thing with women. Like, you can be the nicest person in the world, but if you don't have this information that's going to let you know, okay, how do women actually operate, then you're not going to get the results. So it's not because you're nice that you're not getting women. It's because you lack information. That's the reason why. It's not, don't let anybody tell you different. You lack information. When it comes to dating, it comes down to a few components, right? There's a psychological component, there's the sociological component, there's the biological component, and then there's the spiritual component, right? And all those things tied in makes you wiser about how to get what the results that you want with women. And if you're not tapping into the psychological component, meaning the science and the science of the brain of just how human interaction works, and you don't understand that part of how women work, you're not going to be able to understand. If you don't understand the biological component, then you're not going to understand. Men and women, we operate differently from a biological standpoint. the sociological standpoint, right? We all different races and creeds or whatever. So the energy from a black person to it's all different how society and how we interact. Then there's the spiritual component to where there's this metaphysical field, and if you believe in certain things, that is an overarching energy of how you interact with people. So you really need to educate yourself on how those quadrants actually affect the dating when it deals with women and as it pertains to women. And I'll take you there because what happens is, as a nice guy, what happens is you get into the friend zone, right? Or you start to blame other people, or you blame society, and it's you. And it's because of your lack of information about women. And what I'm going to do for you is I want to get you out of the friend zone, because more than likely you are in the friend zone right now. So you have to, absolutely have to, take my course on how to get out of the friend zone. All right, I'm gonna take you. You're gonna be good. I got you. All right. So make sure, if this was helpful, make sure you subscribe, you like, you do the notifications, you do all that YouTube stuff, and you get more information. All right. B Wood, solid.